Yeah, Oscar, when we talked to Coach Hartley last week, he talked about how much he felt like you had stepped up as a leader, especially after Brock has moved on. Was that natural for you? I mean, did you feel comfortable kind of being as one of the older guys in the room? What did that sort of look like for you as far as being one of the leaders in the tight end room?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't like something I was kind of like forced into. I mean, I think it just kind of happened over time, and it just kind of goes back to how I felt when I was a freshman. I remember those older guys just kind of bringing me along, and now I'm in that situation to kind of help them. So it just kind of all kind of happens.
Going along those lines, just what are the different things that comes with that? Are you giving a speech to guys before practice? Are you, breaking the team down? What are the different things that come with that leadership role?
Yeah, I mean, there's days where I'll get called to break the team down and all that stuff, but I mean, really, it just comes down to in those meetings in the room, and just like you can tell when a guy's down and a young guy kind of struggled a little bit, or just having a rough day, and it's just kind of little things like that where an older guy comes up and helps you out, kind of can change your whole mood and change your whole day. And I mean, those guys, they kind of, one bad play, it's kind of the end of the world for them almost in some aspects of practice, and you just got to kind of help them learn that's how to grow, and that's part of the game, and that's how it is here. I mean, you got to fail to succeed. So.
Yeah, Oscar, when we talked to Coach Harley the other day, he mentioned you as, I think he said, the best fundamental run blocker he's ever coached. Is that something that you did at West Forsyth, or is that something that came natural once you got here?
No, I mean, it is solely buying into the run game and all the technique that he's taught me. I mean, I came here, and I had no clue what to do in the run game. I was a receiving tight end in high school, basically a wide out almost. And, I realized, I mean, there's going to be guys that are bigger than you, guys that are stronger than you, and the way to kind of beat that is with technique and angles, and football's a game of angles and numbers. So I mean, you learn those angles and the proper footwork and everything, and it'll make you way more successful than not most of the time.
Yeah, Coach Smart was talking about the first scrimmage, and he said there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm and didn't play to the level that he thinks the team needs to. As a leader, what can you do to change that sense of urgency? I mean, obviously you control yourself, but can you affect other players, and what do the leaders need to do to change that before Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, just how we approach every day. I mean, today we're going to focus on having a good Tuesday practice. I mean, we got a full speed, full padded, heavy practice today. So, I mean, just starts with every day. I mean, you got to approach every practice and every meeting like it's going to be the best one. So, I mean, it just happens with the approach and how it is every day. I mean, surely guys can be louder and yell more and kind of try to lift other players up, but I mean, it's just everyone's got to buy in and just kind of be ready for that practice that day and just focus on moments.
What has Ben brought to your tight end room coming from Stanford?
Yeah, I mean, he's a smart dude. He's a big dude. You can tell he's played a lot of football, and he knows how to play football. So, I mean, he's there. He's helping us out in every way he can. He's learning the offense just like everyone else, and he's done a really good job of that. And, I mean, he's helping us out. So, whether that's run blocking, catching, I mean, he's doing it all. So.
Hey, Oscar, asking Coach a second ago, this is first year that quarterbacks are able to have the radios in the helmet. How has that been going in practice so far in the scrimmages? Is Carson picking up real quick? Are there any kind of issues with it? I know it's going to be different once the season starts. It's louder and everything. Just kind of how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, it's been cool. I mean, it hasn't really affected us as much just because we're still getting signals and practicing all that like we would without the headsets, and I think the quarterback's still doing that too. But I mean, we got a really smart quarterback room, so they really haven't had any problems with it that I've seen. I mean, I don't really know exactly what they're talking about on there. I mean, sometimes when we're in the huddle and they're talking, it'll be like Carson's just calling a normal play, so it's not really affecting us as much. But I think they've handled it well from what I've seen.
Just because of the nature of the positions y'all play and the years that you are, I've assumed you and Jalen Walker have had some pretty good wars in practice over these past 3 years. Can you just describe what kind of player he is, and do you have any anecdotes to share about, having to face Jalen Walker in practice and vice versa? I'm sure it's very competitive.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's one of the most competitive guys on the team. He doesn't like to lose. I don't like to lose, and we always end up kind of matched up against each other. He's a really strong dude. I mean, you look at him and you can tell he's a strong guy. I mean, you just got to bring your best every rep, and that's just how we both get better, is just doing that every single day. And just, I mean, he's bringing different stuff, different moves every day, which helps me a lot, and I try to kind of do different things to him every day also. So I think it just kind of complements itself and definitely makes us both better.
Last week, Coach Bobo was in here talking about wanting to encourage Carson to throw deep more. It doesn't have to be a perfect ball all the time, and I think just with the idea of getting the deep game working more. I'm curious, so far, what have you seen out of that, and kind of how you guys are doing as an offense with that?
Yeah, I mean, we got elite receivers that are fast, and we got an elite quarterback, so it's hard to kind of not throw the ball deep sometimes. So, I mean, he puts it up there, and guys make plays. It just kind of happens with people catching the ball and running right routes and just kind of building that trust. It just kind of happens over time. But, I mean, we've had some explosive plays in practice in this camp, and it's cool to see him just launch it and have fun.
Yeah, Oscar, when you went back and watched your play from last year, what were some obvious areas of improvement, and how'd you go about addressing those this offseason?
I mean, I feel like at times last year I kind of tiptoed a little bit and just played a little bit, kind of like hesitate a little bit. I'm just trying to eliminate all that, just kind of go out there and just play super free and just play natural. I mean, I've been on this offense for 3 years now, so I mean, I feel comfortable enough to where I can just go out there and play now, and don't have to worry about making mistakes and all that stuff, and just kind of sharpen up my route running and just kind of recognizing defenses and how they disguise things, and just kind of speeding everything up basically.
Oscar, when you look to the second scrimmage on Saturday, what areas do you feel like you guys as an offense need to take a step forward, make progress through that second scrimmage?
I mean, we can improve everywhere, whether it's run blocking or pass protection or route running. I mean, everyone's got things they can work on. We honestly just work on everything as a whole in offense, and that'll happen over time. I mean, we still got a week left of camp and another scrimmage, and I mean, the most growth happens from last scrimmage to this scrimmage. So we'll kind of assess after that and figure out really those finer areas.
Yeah, what, if any, differences have you noticed in Carson back from where he was a year ago to where he is today?
Yeah, I mean, he's just hungry. I mean, and no one likes how we ended the season last year, and you can tell he didn't, just the way he approaches practice every day. I mean, he's looking to get better and make guys around him better. I mean, he's confident, he's a great quarterback, and he's a great guy to practice with. So you can just tell he's got that chip on his shoulder kind of, and he's excited to play this year.
What has stood out to you so far about Jaden and Colton and just what they've been able to do to this point?
Yeah, I think they've been picking up stuff quick as freshmen. They're doing a great job. I mean, they're pulling their load, and they're learning every day, and they're getting better. I mean, they're both physical, and they're big, and they're fast, and that's what you want in a good tight end. They're gonna be really good tight ends in the future.
What kind of difference can you notice in Raylan and CJ as they're going into that second year in that defense?
Yeah, they're picking things up too. I mean, they're starting to recognize things more kind of on offense, and they're playing fast and making plays. And I mean, they're not scared to stick their face in there. So they're going to be two really good guys to help us this year, and they're making us better every day too. Just how fast they react to things and how well they disguise things.
Any more questions? It's a little off the radar here, but there aren't a lot of Oscars, and I'm curious, is there a story behind your name and how you got it?
Yeah, it's a family name, I think. My mom knows really more about all that. One of my great uncles, so it's just been on my mom's side of the family, and it's just a family name. She said she liked it a lot, and it's kind of a unique name. So,
Oscar, thank you.
thank y'all.
Thanks, Oscar.